Hey humbled yogis, my name is Stacey and today I'm going to be taking you through Warrior 1, Warrior 2, and Warrior 3. So we'll get started with Warrior 1. You can come to the top of the mat and we're going to start on the right side. So stepping the left foot back a couple feet. Right toes are going to point forward. Left toes are going to come to about a 45-degree angle, so they're off to the side. Hips are square to the front of the room, so I like to widen my stance. So think about your feet being on railroad tracks, hip width distance apart. So I'm going to slide my foot back just a little bit as I sink into my right knee. Keeping my hands to my hips just to kind of feel them squaring to the front of the room. Knee is aligned over ankle. And then reach the arms up. So oftentimes in yoga, we think about these warrior postures as being really strong postures, and they are focusing oftentimes on the strength, but we can also feel the stretch in these poses, and I think that's one of the really great things about yoga. So as you're sinking into the right knee, you're shifting the right hip back, left hip forward. Don't forget about that back foot pressing down through the pinky toe edge. And we're going to hold here for just a couple of breaths. If your arms get tired, you can bring your hands to heart center or straighten the knee and take a little break. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to step to the top of the mat. And let's come into the other side for practice purposes. So stepping the right foot back. Left toes point forward, right toes or right foot is off to a 45-degree angle. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Sinking down into that left knee, knee is stacked over the ankle. Pressing down through the pinky toe edge of the right foot. Feel free always to make any adjustments with the feet, the body, so that this pose feels good in your body. And then here we can reach our arms up. So this time we'll focus a little bit more on the arms, reaching the arms up. Fingers can be spread wide. I like to take my pinkies and press them back. At the same time, we're reaching up, dropping the shoulders down the back. Belly is engaged. And a slight engagement of the back glute helps to protect the lower back. So in these postures, as we're sinking in, we're feeling the strength here in the left leg, the stretch through the right hip flexor. Core is engaged. Booty is slightly engaged. Always protecting the lower back. You can reach the hands up. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step to the top of the mat. That was Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. So Warrior 1, just to reiterate, feet are about hip width distance apart. Hips are square to the front of the room. You're on railroad tracks. Warrior 2. So for Warrior 2, our front heel is going to line up with our back arch. I've got my right foot forward, switching back to the right here. Stance is going to be just a little bit longer. And again, that's something that you'll play around with, and that's something that will or can change throughout your practice. So front heel is in line with back arch. So think about a tightrope. Now we're on a tightrope. Sinking into the right knee, knee is stacked over ankle. And glancing down to make sure that you can still see your right big toe. So sometimes that front knee wants to kind of cave in. Press it away. Make sure you can still see your big toe. Your ribs are going to be to the side. So this is the front of the room. I'm squaring them straight to you. I'm going to sink down just a little bit lower, feeling that stretch there through the inner thighs, really strong in that right leg. From here, you can tuck the tailbone under slightly. Check out that knee. Did it come in? Keep pressing it away. And then reach the arms out. Let's take a glance over that back arm. It's reaching straight towards the back of the room. And then take the gaze forward, and your gaze will settle over that front middle finger. And we're going to hold here as we think a little bit more about our alignment, really pressing down through the feet. Sinking into that right knee, nice and strong in the thigh. Tailbone tucked. Belly engaged. Arms are reaching out, but be careful, don't let those shoulders creep up. Drop it down. And our drishti, or our gaze, is over the right middle finger. Holding here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. So to switch this one, let's just straighten that right leg. Turn those right toes in, and left toes will now point towards the back of the room. I'm going to gaze down and adjust my stance. So warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, front heel is in line with back arch. Knee stacked over ankle. Knee pressing away so that you can see your big toe. And it's easy in this pose, I think, to really focus on that front leg, but let's not forget about the back leg, nice and strong, pressing down through that pinky toe edge, engage up the leg, tuck the tailbone under slightly, keep pressing the left knee away so you can see the big toe, and then we'll reach, ribs are turned to the side, square to the side, arms out. Drop the shoulders down. So much to think about. And then take the gaze over that left hand. Let's hold here for a couple of breaths. Anytime you're in this pose and the arms are tired, you can always bring hands to heart center. You can take a little break if you need to. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step or hop the feet together. Warrior 3 is next. All right, so if you have blocks or even a bench, a little stool, those are really good to use. Sorry, I did not tell you that at the beginning, but that's okay. So for Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, it's a balanced posture and it's also a really strong posture. So to prepare our bodies and kind of begin to create some muscle memory, let's come to tabletop first. So tabletop, hands and knees. Shoulders are stacked over wrists, knees are stacked, hips are stacked over knees. Extend the right leg long. We're going to keep it grounded here for just a moment. And take your left hand and feel your hips. So right now the hips are nice and level. That's what we want when we're in Warrior 3. So let's just practice how that feels here in our tabletop. Lifting the right foot up, press through the heel, reach through the crown of the head, draw the belly into the spine, keep the hips flat. In warrior three, as well in this pose, a lot of times that lifted leg, the hip wants to lift up, lower it down. We're just gonna hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Lower that right leg down and let's practice on the left. Extending the left leg long. Reach back, feel those hips. Maybe you keep your hand on your hips this time as you reach that left leg up. Hips stay nice and square. Place the right hand back down on the mat. Draw the belly in. Press through the heel, reach through the crown of the head. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. And now we'll practice that standing in our warrior 3. Alrighty, so I like to use blocks when I'm starting off with this. You can take the blocks to the top of the mat and then just take a couple steps back. So your shoulders are pretty much over your wrist. We're gonna start on the right side, so right foot's gonna come to the center, and then you're gonna reach that left leg back. So keep a nice, or at least a little bit of a bend there in that right leg. You're lengthening through the crown of the head, hands stay grounded. Press back through that left heel. Now let's check it out. Let's see if the hips are in line. Gazing underneath the body at those back toes. Are they pointing down? Are they pointing out to the side? You want them to point down. So as you drop that left hip down, the left toes are gonna come down. Nice and strong. Keep pressing through the heel. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. Soft bend in that standing leg. Belly is engaged. And you can stay just like this. If you want to play around with your balance, you're gonna lengthen through the spine just a little bit more and maybe come up onto fingertips. If this feels good, stay here. Or option 2, lift the hands. Maybe bring the hands to heart center. We're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hands, lower that left leg down. Do you feel all that work in the right glute? I'm gonna sway from side to side. And then we're gonna move to the other side. So left foot's gonna come in the center. Micro or soft bend in that left knee. I'm gonna lift the right leg up. Press through the heel. Reach through the crown of the head. Dropping that right hip down. Let's gaze underneath the body. Check it out. Toes pointing down. Maybe drop that right hip down just a little bit more. And holding here. Just noticing how this feels in the body. Let's not forget to breathe. If this is enough, you can always stay with the hands grounded. And by the way, this can be done without the blocks. It's just gonna bring the shoulders down a little bit more. That works too. And then maybe we begin to play with our balance. Press and reach, draw the belly in, maybe get light on the fingers. Maybe bring hands to heart center. One side's always easier than the other. Holding here for 4, 3, 2. Shaking is good. And 1. Lower the hands, lower the feet. Let's take our feet hip width distance apart. Soft bend in the knees. Grab opposite elbows. Ragdoll. Release the elbows, inhale it up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. I hope that this video helps you to get into and understand warrior one, warrior two, and warrior three. See you soon.